responsible for his death was Hill County. If that's the case, if that, and of course that's going to be appealed to the Supreme Court, I can't see, well, they're not say that, but I can't see the Supreme Court, approving that decision, but who knows? If that's the case, then every county jail is going to have to build a medical clinic right next to it. Because your doctor or that hospital, if in fact they're negligent in any prisoner's death, is not going to be held liable per this decision. And Greg Bonilla is he reported that to our jail advisory group. And so it has long-lasting implications if that decision should be upheld by the Supreme Court. And it's a sad case. I mean, it really is. I mean, this kid had all kinds of potential and what have you, but the jail, the Hill County jailers followed their procedures right to the T. In my opinion, and also the hearing officer's opinion, they were not liable because they followed their procedures. But it just happened to be that they didn't have an expert doctor on the staff to keep them alive, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, that is a decision that you just keep your eye on. The Supreme Court, I don't know, I know probably half of them personally. I just can't see them coming to a conclusion that would uphold that decision. But you never know. You never know. So anyway, that would put a lot of pressure on our counties who operate detention centers, to provide that medical and or to make sure that, they're responsible even when that person's in the hospital. Okay, I think that's the only bad news I have. I'm not sure.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, well, thank you guys very much.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Julie.
Have a good summer.
You too.
Julie, I really appreciate how much, how quickly you get back and the information you get.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate that.
You're wonderful.
Whatever you guys need.
Thanks.
Sure. I'll just go ahead and do this. See you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, we're running a little late here. Jerry Carpenter, representative for Zinke, and an update.
Jeremy.
That's what I said, didn't
I thought you said Jerry.
I? Oh. If I did, I was close.
Yeah.
No, you were right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello again.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I was here for, I was doing the traveling office hours.
The what?
Maybe you guys remember us discussing that last month.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
So yeah, so basically what I do is I go to each county and set up the office hours, and the constituents come with any questions, comments, or concerns that they have. So
We have a meeting room downstairs that you're more than welcome to use. It's just the big, it's very small, but it's a little room just straight down the stairs in the basement.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, and I can use that as well. I think it had been announced in the paper, or it should have been on our Facebook and all the social media and all that kind of stuff. So that's basically why I'm here. If you have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability.
What's going on in DC right now?
With what?
Whatever. A lot.
With us, the most current legislation, I guess, is that what you'd like to hear? The most current legislation we have is the Resilient Forest Act of 2015. We actually have information on that. I know.
So that's the one you talked about in
Mako.
Virginia City.
Yeah, I briefed Mako on Friday with this. Let's see if I can find the sheet. basically, the main parts that we have in this bill,
I can share mine, it has scribble on it.
oh,
I
there
can
it
make
is,
you a copy
yeah,
afterwards.
okay, yeah, and that's my briefing that I wrote up. Sorry, I didn't bring that with me. So that's kind of what goes over that. The main thing on there, you'll see the very last, the main part that we worked on, the very last bullet point there. What this is gonna do is make, what this does is incentivize collaboratives. We have the most collaboratives in Montana than anybody else in America, but we also have the most lawsuits against our national forests. And those are coming from out-of-state environmental groups, and in-state environmental groups as well. They'll send, people will put, the Forest Service included, will put hundreds and hundreds of man hours into a project. And then these frivolous lawsuits come, and the project's either dead on arrival, or it's being litigated over and over and over. It just becomes redundant. So what this does is it forces anyone wanting to sue against a collaborative effort, it forces them to post a bond. And so if they're still allowed to sue as many times as they want, if they think it's a reliable and valid litigation, they can sue 10 times, but they're going to have to pay for it each time if they lose. So that what we want to see with that is hopefully that'll start to decrease the frivolous lawsuits and unnecessary lawsuits on these projects, so we can try to start to revitalize our timber industry while also preserving the environment. You'll also see on the sheet, on the briefing sheet, this is also going to allow the U.S. Forest Service is behind this, and it's going to allow them to cut dead and dying trees, which will produce revenue, and it will also start to clear the forest out of the dead and dying trees, so wildfires won't be as prevalent. That's the most recent bill we've been working on. We've been working on that for probably 3 or 4 months. We've been working with the Montana Loggers Association, the Montana Wood Products Association, numerous timber industry executives, numerous conservation groups as well. And the U.S. Forest Service is actually supporting this bill, so they think it's a good bill. So that's our most recent legislative update.
Jeremy, there were a lot of questions at Mako about the SRS portion of the bill. Did you get any information on those to share?
Which SRS portions?
There was concern over the 5% annual reduction.
I have not, no, I have
Okay.
not got any answers yet over, because it was the weekend.
That's true, it was just Friday, wasn't it? Yeah.
And
so-
I haven't even had a chance, I got the emails out, but I haven't had a chance to see if they've even replied.
Sure.
I did get a quick answer. There was a question, I think, from one of the commissioners out of Helena. If an individual landowner whose property backs up to the Forest Service, if they have to pay the bond. And the answer I got, they're gonna look into it more, was yes, if they are challenging a collaborative effort. That's the whole reason the collaboratives are set up. Ranchers, the Blackfoot, Clearwater, Evans Cedar Lake Collaborative, the Custer Gallatin Collaborative, the Beaverhead Deer Lodge Working Group out of Butte. These are groups made up of snowmobile associations, conservationists, U.S. Forest Service, they're collaboratives. They're made up of everybody. They're very diverse groups. The one in Cedar Lake has outfitters, Montana Wilderness Association. And so if that diverse group gets together and comes to a decision collaboratively, that's a decision that'll be made. And those are the decisions that, if sued, the person would have to post a bond. But I will get back to you on on the 5%.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And
I
we're
felt
in
like
complete
long
understand, we gotta completely understand SRS and PIL they aren't gonna go away anytime soon. And this isn't to try to make them go away anytime soon. What, in an ideal world, we'd like to see over a 10-year period, the Forest Service, or the timber industry be revitalized, and that bring local revenue, tax revenues to the communities in Montana. And over time, maybe 10 to 20 years, you start to see our SRS and maybe PIL start to our dependency on those start to decrease due to the increase in revenues that the timber industry could bring.
And just to clarify, PILT is actually the property taxes the feds pay.
Right.
So it shouldn't change even with timber coming off the forest. SRS, of course, the formula changes, but PILT is still just property taxes.
Right, it's just what is payment in lieu of taxes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
So a lot of people lump those together.
they do, and I think it gets confusing for the public often because they are two totally different monsters. So I just wanted to throw that out.
Okay.
But I really appreciate what you said about they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. I appreciate
I mean,
that.
I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon. Montana counties depend on this. I mean, especially the western counties. You got Beaver Head County, and that's made up 80% of Beaver Head County's federal land.
Right, yeah.
And
1,200
Lincoln
counties across
County.
the country.
Lincoln County is another, I don't know what percentage of that county's federal land, but, they're dependent on it. I know Beaverhead, I think that they said if they didn't receive SRS, they would go from 1.2 million to $47,000. And they had to shut down everything basically. But all at the same time, what this bill will do, you'll see little towns like Troy and Libby in northwestern Montana that are about to die out and become ghost towns start to revitalize as well. And hopefully their dependency on SRS will not be as great over time. This isn't gonna happen overnight, but this is a baby step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So,
Jeremy, any updates from the last time you were here on the transportation bill?
which transportation bill?
The one that has PILT in it and also the FLAP grants, the federal access land grants.
No, but I can
road
update
grants.
you on those. I can send you a briefing or memos on those.
That would be great. We've got an issue where Bureau of Reclamation wants to work with us on the project and our hands are tied until we know what's going on with those FLAP grants.
Okay, and what was the transportation bill?
It's the one that has both PILT, but also the FLAP grants, which is the federal access land, whatever it is. It's the county roads to federal lands,
Mm-hmm.
those grants. And that's involving Goose Bay Road.
Okay.
Nothing's been applied for, we're just waiting on it. We're kind of in a holding pattern till we get something on that.
Oh, so you're waiting to see if you've been awarded the grant?
No, we haven't applied for it yet.
Oh,
We
okay.
cannot do anything until the transportation bill gets out of Congress.
Okay.
And so I'm just looking for an update as to where that bill is at.
I could look it up for you really quick if you'd
Right.
like for me to do that.
And then the other one's the chiropractor bill we talked about. Do you have any kind of an update on that?
Can I get what? Well, I can do it off my phone, I guess. Yeah, I can tell you exactly where that bill's at if I can find the name of it. Boot up.
And if you wanted to email that to me too, that'd be fine.
Okay.
So where is home base for you, Jeremy?
My wife and I live in Bozeman, but I'm formerly out of the Helena office. I'm traveling so much I'm in Helena 3 times a month, maybe. But no, my wife and I live, our home is in Bozeman. Let me just log on here and I can look that bill up for you. I'll have to find the name.
And honestly, Jeremy, since we're getting so close to lunch and I have to leave here by 12:15.
Oh, okay.
For a 12:30, maybe just an email update would be fine.
Okay, I can do that. And where is the meeting room? Just in the downstairs?
It's in the basement, you can just go
Commissioner's
down
room
the middle.
downstairs.
Okay, okay.
There's a little marker up there above the door.
Okay. Okay, so the chiropractic bill was introduced in September and hasn't moved since then. And it was introduced by Representative Steve Israel out of New York. And that's where it's at right now. The transportation bill, I'm trying to find out what exactly bill that is. Yeah, I'll have to look up the exact bill number for the transportation bill, I don't know. This was the one that included the flat grants, did you say?
Yeah,
Was it a reauthorization?
I don't know, I just know that we're waiting on the transportation bill for both the flat grants and PILT.
Okay, yeah, I can find, I'll have to do some more digging on that, because I don't know the exact number of the bill. Was it in the House or Senate?
I believe, I don't know. I don't know if it's been to either one, I don't know if it's stuck in either one. It's been stuck for years, I understand, but
Right.
I'm not sure if the changes or.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I can call our legislative director too in DC. He'd probably know right.
All right,
His head.
thank you.
And I'll get that to you guys as soon as they get back to me.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else that you guys need from us?
I
Not me.
don't think so, not at this point right now, anyway.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll get the transportation bill. I'll get an update on that and write up a briefing for you guys and send that over.
All right.
Alrighty.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
You're very welcome, and I was assuming you guys wanna continue, I mean, next month, I'll just probably go on down to the meeting room. Or do you want me to come here first, or how do you guys wanna do that?
If you have updates for us, I'd appreciate it if you came to see us. even
I
if
can
it just
update
15
you
minutes.
on anything. It's
Okay.
just, I mean, there's a lot going on. What do you want specifically?
Well, the transportation bill.
Right.
And the chiropractor bill,
Okay,
and then the 5% on the resiliency bill,
okay,
at this point, so.
okay. Well, as far as HR 5612, it's been introduced, and the latest action, it was referred to the subcommittee on early childhood, elementary, and secondary education on November 14th of 2014. And that's where it's at right now, so.
No, I
Ryan
just-
doesn't sit on that committee, so, that's just where it's at
All right,
the moment.
all right, thank you.
And I can give you updates, I can email you updates on the other things we just talked about, the transportation bill. But as far as me coming next month, do you wanna just email me with what you'd like updated on?
Sure.
If I've updated you on the transportation bill, within this past few days,
Mm-hmm.
or the next few days, I can update you on anything you guys want.
That sounds fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, great. Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for allowing us to do this again. And,
Thank you for doing it, and keeping us informed.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have any questions, I can send you very specific briefings and memos on these things. Any bills that you guys are interested in. Because I got access, it'll tell me exactly if it's still in committee, if it's introduced, if it's in the House floor, if it's been passed by the House and we're waiting on the Senate, or whatever it may be. And I can print out little, or I can make little sheets like that brief you, I call them cheat sheets. You don't have to read 100 pages of attorney language.
okay. Yeah, and as we go along, we'll become more familiar with different ones and
Right.
contact you, you know.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
all right, great, well, thank you very much.
thank you
Thank
again for
you.
your time.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yep. And we'll see you in July.
All right, sounds
And
good.
if you have any questions in the meantime, just get a hold of me, and I'll send you those briefings here in the next day or so, as soon as our LD gets back to us.
All right,
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
you too.
Okay, we're running a little behind schedule here.
Oh, no.
COS reviews.
Here's a certificate of survey for family transfer for Al and Joyce Irvin. Right up on the hill outside of town. And they're creating 3 tracks for their 3 daughters, or 3 kids.
So this is where their house sits.
Yes. And they have an approved MDT approach here that they just did, so that these 2 could be accessed from the highway. And then this one will be off of Granger Way also.
Is this in a subdivision? Ranger Way?
No, they were 20-acre parcels that were created when you could create 20-acre parcels without doing a subdivision.
Okay,
So they are certificate surveys, not
Okay.
subdivision.
You know, okay, so everything
Yeah.
falls in.
Yeah, if it was a subdivision, then we wouldn't be allowed to do a transfer.
Okay.
Bernadette, where was this out again?
On Granger Way,
Up the highway 12.
yeah, right on Highway 12. My brain's on, I'm trying to think of the other road, Sullivan Way
And what was the name of the family?
or, Al Irvin.
E-R-E.
I.
I'll make a motion to grant approval for these tracks.
I'll second.
Move the second, we grant this to Irvin's on their
Family transfer.
family transfer, that's what I'm trying to say. All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it to be
Oh my gosh, I think everyone who's come in is sunburned from the weekend, so it's an even harder Monday.
I know, well, I'm allergic to the sun, so I break out in hives, so last night, that's why I got long sleeves and all. Last night, I was just itching so bad, that I took Benadryl. Well, I take Benadryl and I'm out for 15 hours. So
Man, that's
this
tough
morning,
stuff.
Dan's like, come on, we'll wake up, I'm like, So I still feel like I haven't, not on my game yet today.
No,
But, and I wasn't even working in it, but it was really intense.
yeah.
And I think just going in and out, and, because we, bought a new place out on Jack Farm Road.
Oh.
So we moved out there and we're working on.
A new house, I mean, or business?
The house. We sold our house here in town and moved out there.
Yeah, down here forever.
I know. But it was nice, we sold it to our son, so
That's
it's still in
cool.
the family.
That's very cool.
And it is awesome to be, like, right on the edge of town, but you feel like you're in the country and.
Hey, you've got all the benefits of both there, don't you?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
got chickens and the kids love it. We go out and get the eggs and there's a donkey, or 2 donkeys and 12 ducks, 10 geese, little too many animals, but.
Oh.
Over at Don's farm, huh?
Yeah,
That's
it was
right.
instant farm, but the boys, they go to the farm, let's go to the farm every night.
Oh.
It's been fun, but we've been facing a lot of work. Well, thank you very much, always
Thank you,
nice.
my
I
dear.
don't ever get to see you guys anymore.
I know. Yeah, this is a nice change.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just bring this before we break for lunch. These claims here from New County Extension. These will have to, Tammy will have to make out claims on these, right?
No, we need to discuss those. That's why I put them in the mail.
Oh, okay, so you don't want to do anything right now then?
I think based on the time, I'd like to discuss those after lunch, if that's
Okay.
all right with the board, just because I have to leave.
That's fine.
Okay, we'll recess for lunch.
You just have Jamie.
I do, yeah.